This video will demonstrate how to create and then apply a replicated circuit within the Allegro PCB Editor. So first, in order to use the placement replication utility, you must be in the placement edit application mode. If we look down at the bottom in the status bar, we can see we're in the edit application mode. So we need to change that. We can use setup application modes. That way I can use the icons, or I'm just going to select down in the application mode area and select placement edit. All right, so that's taken care of. We need to now select all the components that we want to be part of our seed circuit. This is the circuit that's already placed that we want to replicate. So I'm going to take this channel 2 room down here, select all my symbols. I wanted this other capacitor. I'll do a control click on that. Those are all of my parts I want to be in my seed circuit. Next, move my mouse over any of those selected parts, right mouse button, place, replicate, create. If I check this command window, it says select, unselect additional etch as needed, then click done. So it will automatically select etch that's already part of this circuit. So it picked all those guys. I could pick other etches if I wanted to. That's all done. So I'm just going to do right mouse button, done. Checking my command window again, pick origin or use right mouse button for snap to. I'm going to make the center pin of this connector be the origin. So I'm going to move my mouse over that, right mouse button, snap pick to pin. And I want to create a name on disk. This is going to be a module definition file that will be written to my current working directory. Now that I created my circuit, I can now apply that to some parts in my design. So I'm just going to, when I apply that to up here, I'm going to select all of these parts. You notice I selected the connector, but that's okay. The system will be able to figure out what's going on. Move my mouse over any part selected, right mouse button, place, replicate, apply, and choose which one to use. In this case, I'm going to use the Chan circuit I just created. Now this form, what's going to happen is the system's going to try to take a look at the seed circuit, take a look at all the parts that I have selected and map them from the seed to the new circuit. So the mapping over here says, well, you had U9, I'm going to map that to U8. You had 23, I'm going to map that to U19, and so on. Now it can't always find a match for everything. So on this L5, it says unmatched. I'm going to click on that guy and it says, well, okay, I couldn't match him myself, but there's a part that's a lot like it. L3. So what I can say is, yeah, that's the one I want. I'll select on that, and it matched L5 going to L3. Now it turns out for this R14, that resistor down here is an extra resistor, so there's nothing to map it to. I'm just going to leave it as unmatched. So I'll select OK. It attaches that exact same circuitry, including all the routing, to my cursor. Now since I originally made my point there, I'm just going to move up to this middle pin of J2, right mouse button over that, snap pick to pin. And now all that circuitry is matched exactly, including the routing. I can create a circuit and then apply it to more than one group of components. So I'm going to make a circuit out of these two parts up here. So I'll do a place, replicate, create. There's no circuitry I needed, so I'll do a done. I'm going to move over this part, do a right mouse button, snap pick to, let's say, symbol center. And I'll give it a name of like test, let's say. Now, with that created, I can now select all of these parts and do a place, replicate, apply with test. And I'll start picking out parts two at a time, attaching to my cursor, and I can just keep on doing this for as many times as I can find parts that will match up with that circuit. This concludes the demonstration of how to create and then apply a replicated circuit within the Allegro PCB Editor.